Okay, that was a little bit rough, but you're going to find out that when you go in the studio, what maybe you've been playing in your band or practicing, it's not always easy to get it on the first take. I mean, because you have to be so perfect in the studio. Everything is just like analyzed, every single note has to be perfect. And you may have to do a solo like that 10 times. The pros that are working every day at it, they nail it, much easier. But that's a solo by that Larry Carlton does in a Steely Dan song called "Don't Take Me Alive," and I just thought it was a good place to start the newbie, the new guitarist, starting to bend notes, because to be a rock guitarist, you hear it all the time. You've got to bend the notes. Now I know we haven't gotten into pentatonic up and down the fretboard. We basically talked about it, A minor pentatonic in the fifth position, and we've talked about the major pentatonic in the second position. But this is basically what I did just then, was pentatonic in the key of C, all right, starting on the 8th fret. But the whole idea was just to kind of let you point out to you, how much bending and how it could be done. What I didn't know in the very beginning is that when you're bending the note, most of the time you're bending it up, say, a whole step. So if I'm in C here, C minor, and I want to bend this note, which is the F, same note as if I just played it straight, moving it up a whole step, okay, to G, meaning that you're on the F note, but when you bend it, it goes up a whole step. If you're reading tablature and you're looking at somebody's solo, sometimes there are guitarists that will bend not a complete whole step. They'll bend a half a step. So it would just be the note a half a step above, because they're not doing a full bend. You can actually even bend higher, where you're going up even past the G to G sharp. So you're bending where you're going up what would be considered a minor third, because you're going up 3 frets from your bend, because you're bending it so high. But most of the time, it's going to be just bending the note where you're going up a whole step. If I go to the B string here and I'm on B flat, and I bend that up where it's comfortable or where I'm used to doing it, and I know it's a whole step, it's the same note here as C, okay? Even though I'm playing at the B flat 11th fret, hear how it sounds the same? So when this solo starts, we haven't got into double stops yet. Double stops is basically 2 notes that are together that can be played in that key and all over the neck, and it's going to be a part of the chord, and it may not necessarily be the 1, 3, and 5, the 3 notes that make it up. You can utilize other notes that are in the scale, seconds, fourth, that sort of thing. We're not going to get into that now, but it's how Larry Carlton starts his solo, is with a couple double stops. And he actually comes and starts with the bend being way at like a whole step up, and lets it come down instead of most of the time we go up. But that's kind of what he liked to do. He kind of comes down, and then he goes up. And lots of times you are bending, with your ring finger, okay? Now, when he gets into the second part, he's going to bend here. So he's going to bend that spot with his index finger. But most of the time, you really are bending mostly with your ring finger. So, and then he goes here on the 10th fret, and then he bends up again. Another bend. Another bend. Another bend. Bend. Another bend. Another bend. B. Another bend. Another bend. So, crazy bending, is like part of being a blues and a rock guitar player. It's just all there is to it. So now when you're ready to practice, I'm wanting you to move up and down the neck, but we started playing in the key of A, so start bending there, because I've been talking about pentatonic. We haven't really moved away from that just yet. So you want to start bending when you're doing your melodies or whatever you're doing. You got to be creative. You want to bend. You want to bend here on the B string, okay, 7th fret, and you want to shake it. And you'll know if the note is off, because you can really bend and get some sour sounding notes coming out, It's you should hear the right sound, that's in it's considered diatonic, or it's in that particular scale, okay, the pentatonic scale. So just kind of try and bend on the B string, and this is the note G, or on your G string, you want to bend on the D note. On the B string, and then you can go to the E string, and also on the 8th fret, okay, on your C note, and start incorporating those bends when you're just kind of learning how to move around with A minor pentatonic. And you want to do the finger, the single, the index finger. And you can do the same thing with the major pentatonic. Bending is the tone of the day, okay? I hope that you like this lesson, and we'll keep building your toolbox so you become the rock star you want to be. See you next time.